Hey, I found out what was wrong with my chocolate shell. So, if you guys haven't seen it, I did a really long stream where I talked about moms. It's Mother's Day. And I also, showed some of the dinner preparation, which took quite a while. And so, yeah. But in there, I attempted to make a magic chocolate shell towards the end. And the problem was olive oil. I used some olive oil. Oh joy. It tastes good. I love the flavor profile that it brings to it. I knew I would before I mixed the two together. But olive oil doesn't have a high, I want to say saturated fat content. So, what ended up happening was it doesn't harden. Like sunflower oil will do that. So what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to pour some chocolate shell out. Semi-sweet chocolate. And I just need to check some. Okay, we're reconnected. So the recipe called for 1 cup of oil for 1 pound of chocolate. So, okay, Google. How many cups in a pound? So 1 pound of almonds equals 3 cups, about. Okay, so, well, what I'm going to do here is a wing it. Sunflower oil is oil they say that could work for this. Where did I put me at? Oh, here's my spatula. So what I'm going to do is, since I added 2/3, I'm going to add approximately what I feel like is 1 more third of oil. Probably that much right there. And then I'm going to stir this in, and hopefully this oil lends to it working a little bit better. Don't have to go up and get the ice cream again. But what we're going to do here is this. These are really cool. It's basically a piece of plastic with water in it, and it's an ice cube. You freeze it, and then you drop these into your punch, and your punch doesn't get watered down by the ice, but it cools off. So, now we're going to let this set up and see if adding the oil helped. I'm fine adding a little more oil. Oh, it's setting up a lot nicer now. I'm fine adding more oil than the recipe calls for because of, I like oil. My mom and my stepdad might not, but let's see. Pretty good. Let me grab a spoon here. So, spoon on plastic. Spoon on chocolate. Just digs in. So, let me rinse this off quickly. Free from chocolate. I'm going to try a little bit more oil. Let's try that much. I might have ruined it altogether, and I'd have to add like a ridiculous amount of more chocolate. Let's whisk this in to our chocolate. This will be good for something. I'll find some use for it. I bought it, so not like I wasted any mom's money. We don't usually have chocolate around. Okay, let's try this now. So that's definitely a lot thinner, probably because of the oil. Gotta drop that wants to come off there. Let's touch it to the surface and pull her off. So let's see. Probably too thin. Now it's just looking like brown oil. I do actually have a bit more chocolate that I could add to this too. Let's pour just a little more cocoa into this. I'm going to go a little more than that. Should have done more research. Now, let's go ahead and rinse this off. Okay. Give it a quick dry. That's just really thin and not working right. So let me see what I have to salvage this. So, you might be able to save this. I have some chocolate there. I think these are carob chips, so I'm going to taste them first. Yep, that's carob. Now let me taste what kind of chocolate this is. I think it's dark. Maybe semi-sweet again. I'm not sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this back into here. Go ahead and pour our chocolate hard shell. Back into our pot. We're gonna bring it over to the stove here. Pop it on. Right now I've got it on medium. 5. And then we're going to mix in all of this chocolate. And I'm going to stop once I get that chocolate in there. See what results we have. I do have these Nestle Snow Caps. Semi-sweet chocolate non-pearls. Which I think the non-pearls are the bumpy things on the bottom. And the bumpy things on the bottom, I'm pretty sure are the same bumpy things on those. They look like they're the same shape as a chocolate chip, but they're the mint pastel things. So, yeah. I could also toss those in as well if I wanted to add more chocolate to it. But we're going to try this first of all. See here, really mix this in. I like the thickness resulting from mixing more in. It seems a lot more like the consistency I would imagine from looking at somebody at Macy's or wherever dipping the chocolate in, or the ice cream in the chocolate. And I think I've probably picked up once before one of the bottles of the Magic Hardening Shell at the grocery store before. I'm tempted to turn this up a little bit higher and really, but I don't want to burn it as well. But I think we're doing good. You know, and if this kind of fails, like I can always just, I can like dip stuff in it, and it won't necessarily be hard, but it will be stuff dipped in chocolate. Not quite there yet, but it is mostly all the other chocolates melted in. Mostly. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the power now. I think we got it all mixed in. If not, it will be melted in shortly. Let's grab another ice cube from our freezer. To dry off any moisture. It is hardening up somewhat. Yeah, you can see how the shininess is slowly going away. It's becoming more matte. Let me go grab our spoon over here. Okay, the top bit is still... I'm going to turn the top bit towards the bottom so that the coldness will tend to go down towards it better. Doesn't have that sound, but then again, it could be that it's on a plastic ice cube. So... that doesn't seem quite right. Ooh, I got a pie that I need to check. Not made by me. Made by Marie Callender's. And some potatoes that need to be... Pie needs a little more time. So how's them taters? Yeah, the potatoes need a little bit more time too. I'm going to say 20 more minutes. Okay. So the last thing that I'm going to do to try and save this. And then afterwards I'm like, no more, cut your losses. You've made chocolate with oil. Just eat it. I'm going to go for a full quarter cup of sunflower oil, which they say is good for this. Not olive oil. Coconut oil is what's recommended, although I don't like coconut flavor. But they were mentioning like a processed coconut oil because it has less oh, because it's, yeah, less coconut flavor. And I was originally thinking for this sunflower oil because of the way that it blends with the would blend with what I'm making. I'm going to grab one more of these ice cubes so we know that it's nice and cold. Make sure there's not a lot of moisture on it to affect our test. Dip, dip, dip. Now I'm seeing sort of the effect that I had when I added the oil, where it just got thinner when I added more oil. So I'm I think this is a case where I've lost. I mean, maybe there's some crazy chemical process to extract the olive oil from this. Whoops. Let's give it a minute here to harden up. I mean, on the one side that has hardened, it looks good. Where's my spoon? I'm going to, just to make sure it's not thinness, give the other side another little dip. And that's not really setting up, but let's spoon test. Maybe a bit better, but I don't know. Taste test. Tastes like chocolate with a hint of oil at the end. I like the taste, but not what I was looking for. So I pretty much done messed up big time. Used the wrong kind of oil. So with my culinary knowledge, I have gone to culinary school for 2 years ago. I'm going to incline to say this is not fixable even after I just added the oil. So yeah, we're going to cut here. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys know of any way that this could be fixed by, you know, like actually, I don't know, adding more canola